Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another Dokan webinar. We are here with our monthly webinar today, and this time around, we are going to speak about and discuss about and give you a live demonstration about how to handle shipping with Dokan. And of course, whoever follows our webinar knows me. I'm the Community Relations Executive of WeDev, and today we have with us.
Hi, I'm Mehreen. Nice to be back. I'm the digital marketing executive at VDev for Dokan, and I've done a few demonstrations before, so I hope you guys know me. And for those of you who don't, I hope you'll find out today.
So before we dig into the whole demonstration, I would obviously request my audience to comment in the comment sections if you have any queries regarding our Shibble modules or any queries in general about Dokan in our comment sections in YouTube and in Facebook. So me and Mehreen, we're going to dive into the demonstration now. And yeah, feel free to ask any questions and stay with us.
Perfect. So, as our banner tells you, today we'll be talking about how to handle shipping with Dokan. So, shipping is a very important part uh, if you do have a marketplace and you need products, physical products to be shipped out to customers. Today we're going to be talking about how you set those rates as an admin on your dashboard for vendors. And then sometimes you can define if it's like flat rates, pickup, cash on delivery, all of that. If not, and if you want to hand over those control to your vendor, how they can fix the rates based on weight, item count, distance, and all of that. So it's not going to be complicated, but it is. There's a lot to learn, so I'll get right to it. And there's also delivery time, ship station to kind of see and track all your shipping orders and stuff, as well as many more. So let's get right to it. I will be sharing the screen, Myra.
We'll be sharing the screen. Uh,
Good.
yep.
Perfect. So right now I am in the Dokan settings, but to get started, I want to go right to the more complicated one, which is table rate shipping. So to get that started off, make sure you have the module turned on in the Dokan's module page. I do have it on. I'm just gonna start off by showing you where it is and making sure that you do have it turned on. And here, you can just find it here. I'm not gonna go and kind of find that out, but once you do, um, and you have it turned on, you have to go to WooCommerce, where it's the e-commerce foundation, to get your shipping settings turned on there. So let's go ahead to WooCommerce and then settings. And then once you go to settings, there's shipping tab. And then you go here and you can create zones. For those of you who has registered and RSVP'd with your questions, I would like to inform you that you can create and define shipping zones based on your preference. Once you click Add Shipping Zone, you can define whatever name you want. I can go ahead. I did EU and US, but we can do like Eastern Europe or something. Eastern Europe. And once you do that, this is up to you what name you set. But here you can figure out and define the regions you want to enter under that name. So there are names of different countries and different zones of each countries. So if I go Amsterdam or Netherlands, you can just click that and also add more to it. You can also add postal codes to define, say, specific zones or areas within Netherlands or the name of the countries you put in here. So it's up to you as well. And then once you do that, you can add shipping method. So this is where you choose what you want for your marketplace and what your vendors are able to kind of take advantage of. You can do flat, free, and local pickup, which are the generic ones. But if you want to extend your control, you can do vendor table rate shipping, and this gives all of these generic ideas as well as weight based and distance based to your vendors. So you can go table rate shipping and then add that. And you can also, the best part about it here is that you can add more than one shipping method. So once I've done table rate shipping, you can add more. Say, for example, distance based, as this is also part of table rate shipping. So I'm going to go add that. And then that's it. You don't even have to go and save changes. It's already automatically saved. And then just to make sure that it worked, I would recommend going back to shipping zones and just making sure that the name of the recently added zone is here. Once you've done that, this is all worked up. You can go to Dokan still and make sure that the settings for shipping is also activated here. Since Dokan kind of turns all of the configuration for WooCommerce into a multi-vendor store. WooCommerce is based for single vendors. So once you go here, and then also while I'm here, I want to also kind of stop by and show you so that I don't forget later on. Shipping status. So once you have configured the shipping and you're sending out packages to your customers or your vendors are, you can also set up shipping status to allow for vendors to track and use different shipping providers. I can come back to this, and then shipping statuses as well as save changes. So I hope that helps. There's a lot to shipping, so I'm gonna go back and forth. And then, so once you've figured out the table rate shipping, we're gonna go and see how that looks from the vendor front end. So switch to, and then vendor dashboard. So we're gonna go ahead to settings on the vendor dashboard. And if you go to shipping here, sorry, I clicked ShipStation. Shipping here, this is where all the information that I, as the admin, configured on WooCommerce, it will show up for the vendors. This is the one that I was looking through. So if you go to edit here, you can define as vendor what you want for your shipping information. So these are the ones that the admin gave control to vendor. So there's table rate and distance. And then once you click table rate, it's going to give you a variety of lists that you can manually input as admin. I'm not going to go into the details of it because we do have a very detailed documentation, and it's very easy to read, very easy to go through. In case you do have a problem, the support team is there to help you, or so are we. So if you can even comment here for specific needs, and they'll get to you.
To add to that, I will be also putting the documentation of the whole module in the comment section so that you guys can check it out. So yeah, Mahirin, continue.
Yeah, and then as Mara did say that, I do have it out here. So if you just scroll through, you'll know it's a long documentation, which means it's very detailed. And then you can see every bit of it with specific information or clarification for each of the titles you see here. So you can just add shipping rates, define classes. Classes, make sure it might not show up here if the admin hasn't configured it. This one you also have to configure from the WooCommerce backend where I just did shipping from. So that's mostly all for table rate shipping. once you have a setup for how you want to price different products based on here, I can show you. So based on class or weight or uh, here, we'll go back to it. You can define weights, maximum and minimum orders or prices that you have. There's percentages on all of that. Just it's just to show you an overview because I set it up, but you'll find all of it here. And then you can define whether it's price, weight, item count of the same class or different classes. There is minimum and maximum to it, and all of these have tooltip, so you can see it as well. And then once you have it all set up as a vendor, you're good to go. That's it. Um, so once you've done that, I've already shown you shipping status as well. So as a vendor, you can figure out once you've shipped an order how far along the product is. You can track it, but unfortunately, you do have to put in this tracking number because there's multiple providers for, say, for example, FedEx, DHL, all of that. So as a vendor, you do have to input the shipping tracking ID, and then the customers are also aware. Um, there's also delivery time in shipping. So again, you do have to make sure that it's on turned on in modules. And then once you go to settings page, it's pretty easy to read and go through. Uh, Here, yep. And then also, look, we have the documentation there for you to see in case you want to know more about it while you're on this page. But yeah, you can go through here. You can allow the vendors to override the admin settings, define what kind of label to show, the days, the buffer periods, which day the delivery time, the store is open for deliveries. And if you do click on override settings, as a vendor, they can also change all of the settings that an admin does for home delivery, store pickup, delivery days, and time slots. And once I've defined it, and the customer on their checkout page selects a delivery time, they'll see a very organized view of it on this delivery time. It's a calendar. It's a calendar view. I do not have any currently, but it's a calendar view, and then you will see a list of orders which has to be delivered on a certain day or date, and the time and all of it. So it's very organized, very well made. Um, yeah, so we've covered table rate shipping, ShipStation, delivery time. Um, Currently, is there any questions, Humara, for me to take thus far?
Currently no, but we did have some questions coming in in the questions that we always take from the form that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you have covered everything, but there are some additional questions that today we have an expert with us who will be answering them. And in the comment section, people are actually sending us good, wishes. No more questions as of yet, but I would obviously encourage everyone to, ask us. I think I was on mute, guys. I'm so sorry. Wait. I'm so sorry. I think I was on mute, guys. So, coming back, so our my teammate here, Marian, has explained all the modules related to shipping, and thank you for sending us good wishes here. And we have some obviously questions coming in the comment in the form that we have on our webinar registration page. Hopefully we will be answering them through our expert today, who will be joining us at the end of the session. And hopefully Marian has answered all the questions through her demonstrations as well. And yeah, and we would obviously encourage you guys to ask us questions in the comment sections. And now we will be bringing in our expert. in the screen so that he can answer you all the questions, technical questions that you have asked. So today we have it with us is Nurul Amin Ratul, who works on our QA team for Dokan. So Ratul, why don't you take over and tell us a bit about yourself, and we're gonna dive right into the questions.
Hello everyone. My name is Nurul Amin Ratul. I work as a QA engineer for Dokan team. Today I'm here at this webinar to answer all the technical questions that you guys had. Umayra, why don't you start us off?
Okay, thank you. So let us first go to the questions that came in the form for the webinar registration page. So one of the questions that was asked was, how do you build in an interface that allows confirmation that the customer has received the goods? And Ratul, do tell me to clarify the questions if you uh, need for me to clarify them.
Um, okay, so like as of now, how the system works is the vendor is in control of changing the status of the product. So only the vendor knows that when the product has been delivered to the customer, and once the customer receives it, there's no like confirmation from the customer end to notify the vendor that the product has been received. But we can obviously build that into our system in future, and get that done as well. As of now, the only thing that happens is the vendor manually changes the status of the delivery of the product. That's it.
Thank you so much, Ratul. And now we'll be going back to the next question. The next question is, what are the ways customers and admin get notifications when the vendor ships an order? Is there any SMS that also goes to customers and admin? And this question is from Juan. And yeah, so what do you have to say to that, Ratul?
Okay, so what happens is once a customer places an order, immediately both the vendor and the customer receives email notifications. So you have that email notification, and then you can also track the progress of delivery of your product. So
Mhm.
we have email notification for both vendor and customer end. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Now, I think we're going to take a question from the audience. So, the question is, has there been thoughts on automatically updating the status of the order when the customer receives the order? So sorry. We've been having some network issues today as the weather is really bad in Bangladesh today. So we will be getting back to the question. And thank you so much for staying with us. It means a lot. So the question is, has there been thoughts on automatically updating the shipping status of the order based on the tracking number status? So what do you have to say to that, Ratul?
That's a really nice question. I mean, it's a great suggestion. As of now, like me being a QA, I cannot say like has it been in the minds of our developers, but we can surely keep a note on this and get together with them and bring something up for you guys.
Thank you so much for the suggestion. This is something that we can think about. So going back to the questions that came in the form. So another question that came in is how to deactivate at individual vendors weight-based shipping. So what do
Okay.
you have any ideas regarding that?
Yeah. So basically, as of now, what we can do is like we can set custom capabilities to a product, not specific vendors. So we can add capabilities to a product, and that product can be ordered by multiple vendors. So all the vendors get that whatever the vendor has set for them. So as of now, we do not have like the ability to specifically disable that options for the customers. But we can also keep a note on that. Maybe for if we get like many requests from our customers, we can surely come up with something in future.
Okay. So we also have Sandalia Kafle joining us, who's our brand ambassador from Nepal. Thank you for your good wishes. So jumping to the next question. The next question um, is it possible to add tracking page for customers after purchase without using any third-party AIP keys? I think she meant API keys directly from vendor dashboard after adding tracking number.
Right. So we don't have like that live tracking system to track the status of an order as of now. So you do have to take the help of a third party application. But what at the current stage, what you can do is check the status of where your product or at what state the product is. But yeah, we can also come up with an upgrade on that as well. So we'll keep that in mind.
I mean, we're getting some pretty features requests from the audience.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great. We can always take feedback and make the product better for you guys, cater to you guys. And before we dive into the next question, I would obviously remind my audience that we have a newly built webinar landing page just for you guys. So I would obviously suggest all of you to check out our webinars. We have new webinars coming every month just for you guys on different modules of Dokan, and there are webinars on our other products as well. We would obviously request you to join in our webinar page, check it out. And if there is any latest webinars coming up, we have updates on that page. And if you have any questions regarding our webinars, you can always RSVP and ask us questions, and we can get back to you in real time in live. So yeah, so the next question is it's from Aaron. Aaron says, actually, I manage the shipping manually. I would like a solution in a multi-vendor environment that allows the vendor a rate shipping table based on distance and time, like Uber. Is that possible?
Actually, yes. We have like separate options for shipping. We have table rate shipping, which covers the weight area, and then we also have distance rate shipping. So distance rate shipping basically calculates your distance from the delivery position of your vendor to your the customer's house. So we have these both these options, but they're different. So you have to like manually set up the distance rate shipping and the table rate shipping, and whenever you get an order, you can your customer can have that option to select manually which option they want to select. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Ratul. I think we will be, ending the question answer round for now. And again, thank you, Ratul, for shedding your expertise of Dokan on us and on the audience. And yeah, Mary, you're added to the screen.
Hi.
So we will be ending today. And thank you so much to Mehreen for demonstrating the whole module so nicely. And to our experts today, to Ratul, who answered all the questions so nicely. And to my audience, thank you for joining us, asking our questions. And yeah, it has been great. And hope to see you in the next webinars. And Mehreen, do you have any ending notes for the audience?
Of course. One thing is the audiences who make this webinar is so great because you have been engaging with us, telling us what to do, directions, and suggestions. So thank you so much. And just happy to be coming here, helping you guys in any sort of way, and hoping to find more suggestions for webinars and features through our webinar landing page. So let us know, and we'd be happy to help.
And what about you, Ratul? Do you have any ending notes?
It's great to see so many people engaging to Dokan, and thank you for having me. That's it.
Okay, so thank you again to our audience for supporting us and staying with us. We're having a lot of technical glitches today, but thank you for supporting us always. And obviously, keep an eye on the webinar page, as I said, for latest webinars that are going to come next month. And we also, give dishes on the next sale discounts that's gonna come for Dokan in our webinars as well. So yeah, stay tuned and bye bye from me today. Bye bye.